Hello, 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 everybody. I am back. I am very happy to be back to bring you guys my stories. I've been gone for a while due to some technical issues, but I am back full force. Guys, and the story that I want to lead with is this story about Derek Chauvin being involved in an incident while he was in prison that sent him to a medical facility by one of his fellow residents at the place he's in Tucson, Arizona. Guys, it's interesting because so much has gone on since this happened, and the true story didn't come out. And I doubt it if it's all out now, because in the beginning they just said that there was an incident and that he suffered medical injuries and he was taken in to the hospital. But no one said anything about how many times the person that was on the other side had did what they did to him, and it turns out that it was 22 times, guys, that he was actually hit 22 times, and he ended up in the hospital. He's been there for quite a while. He's been there since November the 24th, and today is December the 4th, so that's a good while. And we all knew when it first happened that it was more to the story than what it was that they were telling. And some of it's coming out, a little bit at a time. Now they're saying that one of his fellow residents by the name of John Tursock, 52 years old, was the person who was the actual aggressor in this situation. He was the person who did the damage to Derek Chauvin. Okay? They're basically saying that Mr. Tursack made a statement that had not they gotten there in time, that he was planning on crossing Derek Chauvin over. Now, I know there's a lot of animosity there with what went on with Derek Chauvin and what happened with George Floyd. And I'm not saying that this young man was right for what he did, but people did feel that. And people knew that just like it happened to George Floyd, it could have happened to their son or their father or their brother or even themselves. And I didn't think it was going to take this long before something happened. Now, I assumed, I guess that's my fault, that Derek Chauvin was in solitary confinement. But as I was speaking to one of my fellow correction officer friends, they said that, that's 23 hours on lockdown, 1 hour out. And a lot of people get tired of it and, they try to go back into the general population. Well, I'm not sure if it was general population or if it was just out for that 1 hour when this incident occurred. But the incident occurred. Now, the young man that was responsible for this, they have charged him with attempting to cross Derek Chauvin over. They also has charged him with intent to commit the crossing over, assault with a dangerous weapon, and resulting in serious bodily injury. And that's according to the federal prosecutors. Mr. Tursack's attorney was not present at the time, but he did told federal prosecutors that he chose that day to commit this act upon Chauvin. It was the day after Thanksgiving, commonly known as Black Friday. And he did this as a symbolization to the Black Lives Matter movement and a symbol to the Mexican mafia who he himself was a part of. Now, he said that his intent was to actually cross him over, but that the officers got there so quickly that it did not happen. Now, they're saying also, my sources are saying, that Derek Chauvin's family is very concerned about his well-being in that facility. And I understand because I'm sure that George Floyd's family was very concerned about his well-being the day that he entered Cup Foods. And Derek Chauvin basically showed no regard for the feelings of George Floyd's family. So, although I understand how they feel, but look at the circumstances, guys. I don't say that anybody was right. Derek Chauvin wasn't right. Mr. Tursek was not right. But things happen, people have feelings, and people carry out acts that may be right or may not be right. Neither one of them would be where they are right now had not they carried out the acts that they did. Now, they're also saying that they still do not know how Mr. Tursek was able to get a hold of these things that was used to make his weapon of choice. And they're also wondering, saying that they do not know how the guard was unable, the corrections officer was not able to reach Mr. Tursek until 22 blows had been thrown. And it's a question stating, why was Chauvin allowed in the area that he was without a corrections officer, close to him to stop this? This is what his family is saying. And they want to make sure that other safety measures are put in place to keep Derek Chauvin safe. Derek Chauvin is serving 22 and a half years for kneeling on Mr. Floyd's neck for 9.5 minutes. And he's simultaneously serving a 21-year sentence for violation of George Floyd's civil rights. Guys, it's a mess. And it's not anything that we are going to rejoice about. We're just not going to do anything like they did when George Floyd was down. Derek Chauvin is scheduled to have his follow-up care from his release from the hospital done where he's currently housed in Tucson, Arizona. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you so much, and I have missed you guys. Much love to you all. Much love to you all. You are still in my heart, and I hope I am in yours. Smooches now. Smooch.